Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
A long-lasting heat wave kicks off today. I'm pinpointing where and when temperatures could break records.
A man opening fire on a busy Toronto street, and just in the past 90 minutes, investigators in Toronto confirmed a second victim has died. What else we now know?
Thousands of kids heading back to school today, and one school district hoping a new program will make teens more willing to report criminal activity.
6 a.m. on a Monday morning, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. It's going to be hot. I'm Virginia Chow.
Yeah, I'm Jason Martinez. If you can make a sound for the type of weather today, it's this. Woof.
Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly. That was me last night trying to sleep, and boy, it is going to be even harder the rest of the week. We have heat warnings and advisories over all of Southern California. I'm going to break these down for you zone by zone coming up a little bit later, but I want to start off with the temperatures right now because it's pretty warm. 72 degrees downtown right now, even Julian's at 74. Most of us are in the 60s this morning, but we won't stay there for long. Hour by hour along our coastline. By noon, 78, topping off in the 80s this afternoon. I think by noon, some areas are actually already going to be in the 80s, including areas like downtown and Oceanside. Hour, by noon, we're in the 90s for our inland neighborhoods, mid to upper 90s this afternoon. 90s in the mountains as well, and about 115 in our deserts. And I will pinpoint which one neighborhood I'm forecasting set a new record today in about 9 minutes. Virginia?
Thank you, Megan. Of course, with the heat Megan's talking about comes the risk of wildfires. We saw that risk become a reality overnight when brush erupted into flames in Mount Hope. Happened near the 15 and 94. Our 10 News breaking news tracker was first on scene last night. This was late last night. Flames were shooting 20 feet into the air, burned some of the trees surrounding it. Not clear what started that fire, but transients have been known to camp in this area. Firefighters, though, made quick work of this. It was out about 15 minutes after they got there.
And remember, you can always check real-time weather conditions where you live and any warnings on our 10 News app, which is free in your app store. How are the roads clean?
Well, we do have a couple problem spots out there this morning. If you're going to be traveling on the 805 northbound, right around the 94, we're getting reports of someone walking around nearby that freeway there. So it's causing a bit of slowing as people are trying to see what's going on there. So just keep that in mind. Again, as you head out, speeds are down to about 19 miles per hour. You're driving to Coronado this morning, this to about 10 minutes coming off the 5 freeway. And then our big problem this morning, 163 southbound right at Washington. We have the right lane blocked off by a stalled bus. Also some video from our 10 News breaking news tracker as it drove by to see what was going on. You can see the slowing here, and then also you can see that bus sitting in the right lane. So as you head out the door this morning, you might want to avoid the 163, take the 805 south or the 15. Virginia?
Thank you, Kalina. We continue to track breaking news out of Toronto overnight. A gunman opening fire in the middle of a street outside a row of restaurants. And here's what we know at this point. Just in the past 90 minutes, police confirmed a second victim has died. The other person killed was a young woman. The gunman is also dead. 12 others hurt. The gunman opened fire just after 10 last night, Toronto time, when people were out with their families enjoying their night.
I was working inside and I heard about 16 to 20 gunshots, and then just people screaming and scattering.
Police say there was a shootout between officers and the gunman, but it's not clear exactly how he died. Investigators are looking into all possible motives, and that includes terrorism. It's now 6:02 happening today. Thousands of kids heading back to school today. And for the Sweetwater Union School District, that means teenagers getting a lesson about stopping crime.
And 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo live at Sweetwater Union High. And Laura, the district has created an app to make it easier for kids to report things.
Good morning. Yes, and it's really simple. It's just like sending a Facebook message or a text message. I want to show you the app. It's called P3 Tips. It's a free app. All you have to do is go into the App Store and buy it. It is the first day of school here at Sweetwater Union High School, and the district with the Chula Vista Police are teaming up with Crime Stoppers to let students know about this new app. They're calling it Students Speaking Out. And here's how it works. Each student has a school-issued iPad. If they download the app and then they see something suspicious, all they have to do is report it, and it's very similar to sending a text message. That message will go directly to Crime Stoppers, who would then contact Chula Vista Police and let them know. The police department started using the app back in February, and since then they have received 29 credible tips. This summer, one of those tips led to the several arrests, for school burglaries. Now, the app is not only for also things like bullying, vandalism, or drugs and alcohol on campus. And parents and teachers can also use the app to make reports. Now, one important note is that the app is completely free and that any message that you send is completely anonymous, so nobody will know who is sending the tip. Chula Vista Police will investigate and find out whether or not it's credible. Now, coming up in the next half hour, I will tell you about an incentive that the police department hopes will encourage.
All right, Laura Acevedo, she was live in National City. We'll talk to you next half hour. So we are just 3 days away from a court-ordered deadline that mandates all children separated from their parents at the border be reunited. Federal judge in San Diego who issued the deadline also ordered a stay on all deportations of families until today. The judge issued the stay to consider a possible waiting period between reunification and removal. A briefing on the issue is due from government and ACLU lawyers today, and there will then be a hearing tomorrow. More than 2,000 kids were separated from their parents at the border. More than 500 have been reunited so far.
6:05, friends and family gathered in Oceanside yesterday at a vigil for a young Navy corpsman who was shot to death just outside her apartment. Now, police say 24-year-old Devin Rideout was on her way to take a college final Friday when she was killed. Police arrested her neighbor, 25-year-old Eduardo Arreola, for the killing. Rideout's loved ones say she was driven to help others. So yesterday, some brought her favorite flower to try to bring a little sunshine the way she did.
Liked helping people out. Yeah, that was the biggest thing. She very hard to say no. She was always willing to help in any way that she could.
Arreola has been charged with first-degree murder. Police have not given a motive.
As San Diego grows, city leaders are looking for ways to ease traffic, and it's one of the issues we're following in our Making It in San Diego initiative.
So today, the City Council will take another step to encourage more people to bike to work. Jared Aarons in the 10 News Live Center now. So Jared, they're sinking, what, another $30 million into this plan?
Quite a chunk of change, Virginia. Jason, this is the city's master bike plan. It's 185 pages of what they hope to do to make San Diego more bike friendly. And today, the City Council is expected to give the go-ahead on 40 new bike lanes and paths in high traffic and underserved areas. Cyclists we spoke with say it's a good step in the right direction. Every day, Morgan Burnett rides from Point Loma to Pacific Highway for work.
Pulling out onto this and trying to go down this road is not the best. I've actually started avoiding it.
This road is a quarter-mile stretch between Enterprise and Barnett Avenue. The city has it listed as the highest priority project for a new bike lane.
Yesterday, my friend got hit by a car, so I was thinking about that today. I mean, that's all the time.
San Diego's bike master plan lists 40 high priority projects, adding 65.5 miles of bike lanes and paths at a cost of $34.7 million.
If we had a designated path, that would be so awesome.
Great news to Armando Zamora. He crosses the 8 on Texas Street every day. There's no bike lane there either, so Zamora dodges people on the sidewalk and cars in the street.
You have to. Otherwise, take a chance on getting hit, and that's not an option for me.
The proposed projects are San Diego leaders' latest effort to change from a car city to a bike city. In the last year, they've added dockless bikes, bike boxes in Hillcrest, opened the commuter bikeway along the 15, and finished a new bike path on the 5 bridge over Genesee. Burnett says it's about time.
I think there's enough commuters and enough people riding around taking anything but a car. You gotta make space for it.
So the City Council will vote on this at 2 o'clock today. We'll have all the updates here on 10 News. And if you want to weigh in on this plan or on anything else you think the city can do to try and ease traffic in San Diego, contact us. Email us at tips@10news.com or send us a message at facebook.com/ABC10news. In the Live Center, Jared Aarons, back to you.
All right, Jared, thank you very much. So the City Council will also today consider a 50-year lease extension for the Hilton Hotel in Mission Bay. Now, if it goes through, the Hilton's prepared to spend $15 million upgrading its rooms, lobbies, restaurants, and spa. The city expects to earn about $3 million a year in rent from the hotel for the next 3 years. As Megan's been telling us all morning, it's going to be a hot week. The heat wave is kicking off today.
Yeah, people have already been flocking to our beaches. Tens of thousands of people going there just this past weekend. The ocean water nearing tropical temperatures. Look at the temperature in the water off Del Mar on Sunday. 77 degrees. Yeah. That's warm for us. The heat wave happening as swells start to come through. In fact, lifeguards say it's been keeping them busy.
We've got a lot of flash strips coming in through right now once the big set rolls through. A lot of people have been getting sucked out.
Yeah, rip currents, please be careful. The warmer water also attracting stingrays, and it could lead to more shark sightings, experts say, but so far there haven't been any.
Yeah, because usually, Megan, the advice is just go to the beach and cool off there,
right.
And it's not exactly ideal.
I know,
there.
yeah, these are actually some of the biggest waves that we're going to have seen so far this year. They're not monster waves, but they're enough to be dangerous. A high surf advisory is in effect until 9 p.m. on Wednesday. The biggest waves will be in the North County, so Oceanside, Carlsbad, areas like that, but strong rip currents are going to be an impact up and down their coastline. 5 to 9 foot waves are expected. So if you're going in the water, swim near a lifeguard, ask them where the rip currents are, and always use the buddy system. Here's another look at the heat advisories and warnings. I'm going to break those down for you in my next hit in about 9 minutes from now, but I have to show you how warm it's going to be today. In the 80s for most of our coastal areas. 87 in Chula Vista would be a new record today, as a lot of kids are heading back to school there. Potentially record hot today, expecting a lot more records to fall tomorrow and Wednesday when that heat peaks. Mid to upper 90s, Escondido, Poway, El Cajon, Fallbrook this morning. I'm forecasting 99 in Ramona, 96 in Santee today. I'll pinpoint how hot it's going to get in the next couple of days when I come back in about 9 minutes. Kalina, how's it going on the roads?
A little bit better than your forecast is going this morning. We still have the salt bust in lanes. It is starting to build even more, but you have options to get around it this morning. So the salt bust 163 southbound right at Washington, right lane blocked off. The backup now just past the 805, but if you usually take the 163 southbound, you can take the 805 south as an alternate route or the 15 freeway southbound, and it'll help you get around all of the traffic starting to build out in that direction. Speeds down to about 6 miles per hour in certain spots. A nice drive out of East County, wide open ride on the 52 through Santee. Same thing goes for the 8 out of Alpine. You're looking at 9 minutes 52 heading westbound and just 29 minutes right now on the 8 west. Guys.
Thank you, Kalina. Crews are gearing up to raise the duck boat that sank, killing 17 people. The operation beginning in less than an hour. The piece of evidence investigators already have that could help them figure out what happened.
And why parents were charged hundreds of dollars after their young daughter used just a sink at the emergency room.
The new Army research that will tell you how much coffee to drink and when for that perfect amount of energy, Jason.
I'm on my second cup right now.
Yeah.